Hello everyone! In order to standardize the format of all thesis proposals in our university, a general format is prescribed for all types of research proposals. And for today, we're going to discuss the research form and style, which are the minimum contents of a study proposal outline. Before having the first chapter of your research, there should be the preliminary pages. And the preliminary pages contain the following: the cover or the title page, the approval sheet, the biographical data, the acknowledgement, and also the abstract. It also includes the table of contents, the list of tables, list of figures, list of appendix tables, list of appendix figures, and also the list of appendices. So, ito muna yung makikita natin bago magkaroon ng chapter 1 or the very first chapter of your research. Isa-isahin natin. Okay, so on screen is a sample of a cover or title page. You can see here the proposed study title written in inverted pyramid on top of the page. So, pag sinabi natin inverted pyramid, pag ganun siya. Okay? So, pinakamahaba is yung first line of the title. All would be in uppercase, single space, and in boldface. If there are scientific names in the title, it should be italicized. So, for this example, wala namang scientific name, so wala pong naka-italicized here. Next would be the submission statement. So, itong submission statement, okay, this is the undergraduate thesis submitted to the faculty of, and then the university name, and then the location. So, the submission statement can be found 10 to 12 single spaces away from the thesis title. So, bakit merong 10 to 12? Kasi, yung title natin, maaring more than 3 lines siya or baka 1 line lang siya. So, depende rin po siya kay title. So, sort of ibabalance lang naman talaga natin to. And then we have the degree statement also written 10 single spaces away from the submission statement. Naka-paragraph heading style to in single space. So you will see here the degree to be attained by the student. Afterwards would be the author's name in all caps. Kung dalawa naman ang author, alphabetically arranged to. So, author 1, author 2, author 3. And then the month and year of expected completion of the research is written 1 single space below the author's names and in paragraph heading style. Naka-bold po yung ating author pero yung month and year ay hindi. Second is the approval sheet. The approval sheet is uniform throughout the entire university system. Here is an example of the approval sheet. Alright, so ito yung isang example ng ating approval sheet, but let me zoom in so that you can see the different elements. So first, you will see the university letterhead or the logo, and it is centered on the top of the page. The name of the college or campus is written in uppercase and boldface, which should be at the center, 2 single spaces below the letterhead. So ayan, below the letterhead, 2 single spaces, andyan yung name ng college. Then, another 2 single spaces would be the department or unit where the student is enrolled. Naka-paragraph heading yan at naka-bold din po, but it is not in all caps if you noticed. And then, 4 single spaces after the department, you will see the author's name or authors. Kung marami man sila, nakalista po siya still alphabetically arranged. The names are written in uppercase, boldface, and also flashed left. Afterwards, we have the title. The proposed title should be written in uppercase. So, dito makikita nyo uppercase to, no? Pero yung word na title ay hindi. It is in boldface and inverted pyramid. So, ganun din kung paano nyo siya nilagay sa title page. Ganun din yung magiging itsura niya dito. 3 single spaces after the title would be the words approved. if you will notice, ayan, nag-zoom in pa ako talaga para mas kita nyo. Okay, if you will notice, there is a space after every letter. Ayan, so it is A space, P space, until you form the word approved. So this just signifies na talagang naaprubahan ang inyong research. And then the names of the signatories are also written in uppercase, boldface with their corresponding titles kung MS degree holder, PhD. So wala po itong underline pagdating sa names. Ang tanging may underline lang dito is yung sa date natin. That is the space for the date. And again, notice natin, all caps ang names. Ayan. Pero yung position or the designation are not in all caps. They are also not in boldface. And then the last for the signatory would be, of course, the dean. So again, basta pag name, all caps, and then naka-bold siya, then the designation is not in all caps. So naka-sentence case lang to. Number 3 is the biographical data. The biographical data is written on top and center of the page. This part of the manuscript talks about the researcher or the researchers. Of course, kung isa lang ang author, isa lang syempre nakalagay siya na biographical data. Pero kung tatlo ang authors, tatlong magkakasunod na biographical data yan. And at the same time, naka-arrange pa rin siya alphabetically. The following are the important elements that must be seen in the biographical data. Of course, we have the name. Yung name po natin ay ating ibo-boldface. Ayan. And then, we also have the home address, birthday, birthplace, parents, and siblings. However, due to data privacy, this should be just the general information. Kunyari, ang address po natin ay number 268, ganitong street, and then ganitong barangay. Pwede naman siguro yung barangay and ano na lang, ang gamitin natin, yung bayan. No need for you to really completely put the details here. But the second paragraph is the elementary and high school education. It contains the name of the school and the year that it was completed. If there are some scholarships enjoyed and awards or recognitions that had been received by the student, ilalagay niya yan dyan sa second paragraph. The third paragraph includes the college education and the name of the school, address, and year completed. Again, kung meron pa rin scholarships na na-enjoy, awards na na-receive, different organizations na kinabibilangan, and also if may mga designations or positions handled in those organizations, i-include yan sa fourth paragraph. Magsasama po tayo dito ng isang liner, ayan, or isang sentence, as to when the degree will be obtained or completed. Move tayo sa next part. Number 4 is acknowledgement. And optional po ang pagkakaroon ng personal acknowledgement. So here, you're going to include the dean, the department chair, the thesis advisor, technical critic, statistician, and English critic. So tingnan natin yung example ng acknowledgement. The acknowledgement is the part of the manuscript where the author or authors write their personal acknowledgement of various forms of help or assistance received during the conduct of the study. This may also include the different deeds or acts that inspired the author to finish the study, kung meron ba nagpahiram ng facility, kung merong nag-approve na official para gamitin yung mga residents as participants. So, yun ang mga dapat nating pasalamatan. This may be written in the first person. Pwedeng gumamit ng I para mas personalized. Pero as practice and even in journals, dapat po or mas maganda ang third person. So, meron tayo dapat na introductory statement. Katulad po nito, nag-start po yung writer with a quote. And then the introductory paragraph wherein sinasabi niya na pasasalamatan niya ang mga sumusunod na ito or the following persons. And then what you're going to do is to make sure that the person comes before the position and then the reason. So person, position, reason. Kumbaga nagpapasalamat ka sa mga taong ito, the name of the person, ano yung designation niya, tapos bakit mo siya pinasalamatan. So it has to follow that order. And then, gagamit tayo ng semicolon here. If you can see the symbol here. Okay, semicolon, semicolon. So, these are just examples. You can see the name, the position. Here is the name, the position, the name, the position. And then there are commas that would be separating them. So, it's like name, comma, position, comma, reason, semicolon. So, yun yung magiging flow ng pagpapasalamat po natin. Ayan. So, meron din mga iba't ibang ate at kuya na mga pinasalamatan dito for some of the deeds that inspired the writer to finish the study. However, make sure po that when you give your word of thanks, unahin nyo muna po yung sa department ninyo, sa university, bago po kayo pumunta sa friends, classmates, sa family, and relatives. If you want to give an exaltation to our Almighty God, it can either be placed at the beginning, maaaring siya ang kaunahan, or dito at the end. Makikita nyo naman dito that there are 3 single spaces before the name of the author. Number 5, we have the abstract. So, ang dami, no? Ang daming pages bago makita yung start ng pinaka-thesis natin. Okay, so again, these are the preliminary pages, and right now, we are on number 5. Which is the abstract. This is an example of the abstract. The word abstract is written on top and center of the page. Ito yung pinaka-last natin na sinusulat pagdating sa research because it is the summary or the gist of the research. An author cannot write an abstract unless all the results had been discussed, the summary, conclusions, and recommendations had been made. Okay, this is a very brief presentation of the objectives, methodology, results, finding, and conclusions. Ang rule po dito is that the abstract must range from 200 to 400 words. Magra-run lang siya ng 1 1/2 page. So, isang full page tapos kalahati po ng page. And the contents of the abstract would be the following. Meron tayong unang part dito, this one. This is the bibliographic information which includes the name of the author in all caps and boldface, tapos period. And then the title of the study, which is also in boldface pero hindi siya naka-all caps. And ayun, naka-title case din po siya. Tapos may period ulit. And then, eto, hindi na to naka-bold, hindi na rin to naka-all caps. We have the undergraduate thesis, period, and then the degree, period, then the name of the university and location, period, month and year, period, and then the word advisor, and the name of that person. The last is still period. Then the succeeding paragraphs would be including the time and place of the study, the general objectives, the research design and methodology, like this one, the significant findings, the conclusions, and also the recommendations, just like this. You can see here the word is necessary. So it tells you that that is a recommendation. So it ran for 1 1/2 page. Next would be the table of contents, list of tables, list of figures, list of appendix tables, appendix figures, and also appendices. Itong mga to, number 6 down to number 11, halos magkakatulari na sila ng format. Although not all researches will completely have these. Yung iba, 6, 7, 8, tapos 11 lang. Yun lang yung meron sila. Pero, depende nga siya sa nature ng research na meron kayo. Tingnan natin yung examples. Okay, so ito yung example ng ating table of contents. You will see the term table of contents is in all caps, naka-bold siya, and then 3 single spaces ay bago lang dumating yung word na page. Okay, so madami estudyante na hihirapang gumawa nito. Hindi pantay-pantay. So, ang pinaprescribe namin is for them to create a table with 4 columns. Kung titingnan nyo kasi 1, 2, tapos yung gap dito, 3, and then 4. So, meron tayong 4 columns po for that. Then, you will see from the biographical data down to the list of appendices, all caps po sila at naka-bold. And then, for the remaining, makikita nyo yung chapters ay naka-all caps and bolded, like introduction, yan kasi yung chapter 1, review of related literature, yan kasi yung chapter 2, methodology, yan yung chapter 3. But for the subcategories, yan, hindi naman na po siya naka-all caps. Naka-title case po siya, pero hindi siya naka-bold. And then of course, we just have to ensure na meron tayong gap. Yung ating third column ay space lang yan. Wala pong ilalagay po dyan. Okay, so you can see it here. Ganun pa rin. Ito kasi ang chapter 4. Ito ay mga subcategories, so hindi sila naka-bold. And then the last chapter would be summary, conclusions, and recommendations. Correction lang here kasi ito ay dapat summary, conclusion with S po ito, conclusions. And then even here, dapat conclusions din to. Okay, and then another part na talaga naka-all caps din would be the references and appendices. Tapos yung binanggit ko kanina na halos magkakatulad lang ng format would be this. The list of tables, list of figures, list of appendices ay magkakatula rin po ng interface or ng itsura. So, yung title po ng ating list would be all caps, bold, 3 single spaces, and then this is your first column. Naka-bold po ito, so whether this is table, if this is figure, if this is appendix table, appendix figure, or appendix, ganyan po ang itsura niya. Title case, bold face. And then yung katapat na page ay ganun din. Title case and bold face. Tapos po, tingnan natin ilang columns kaya to. 1, tapos ito 2, 3 yung gap, and then 4th yung page. Ganun din naman, 4 columns pa rin. However, isa lang yung i-reiterate ko for this part. Take a look at this example, table number 3. Ayan. So, makikita nyo dito, nakahanging indent yung altares. Ibig sabihin, nakatab ito. So, hindi sila magkapantay. And then, at the same time, masyado siyang dikit dun sa first line. Ibig sabihin, si table 1 and 2 ay naka-double space. Pero, pagdating kay table 3, yung first line na ito at yung second line ay naka-single space. Pero, between altares and table number 4, double space uli siya. Okay, so ganun din po sa table 8. You can see, ito ay masyadong magkalapit sa isa't isa, single space, tolerable, and tolerable, that would be double space. But between USFDA and standard levels, double space pa rin. So let's check then dito sa list of figures natin. Here, nakahanging indent, nagkaroon ng change in language, ginawa siyang italics. Okay, so how many columns? 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Okay. So, for number 9, the list of appendix tables. Ito yung mga naging result ng statistical treatments, ng mga naka-tables po. Pwedeng dyan nakalagay ang table of standards, or yung mga X and Y tables, or reference tables. So, pwedeng dyan ilagay yon. Again, list of appendix tables. Pagdating naman sa list of appendix figures, these are the additional pictures or photos or even documentation that the researchers did during the conduct of the study. And then, for the list of appendices, dyan pwedeng ilagay natin yung ating research instrument or survey instrument or yung tinatawag natin na questionnaire, data sheet, letters to the different participants, and even the curriculum vitae of the researchers. If you want to include your computations, pwede rin naman isama siya sa list of appendices, yung mga logbooks, time records, may different notices, or even if merong memorandum of agreement. For the IT students, nilalagay nila dyan yung interface ng kanilang systems na ginagawa. Yung different modules for every part of the application or every part of the software. That ends our first episode for discussing the research, form, and style. Yung sunod nating episode is more on chapter 1 or the introduction. That's it. God bless everyone, and don't forget, let us always have a beautiful day to learn and explore a world of knowledge. Bye!